All right, so we have our liter bottle of Riesling called Das Trocken. And Trocken means what's it called? Not sweet, dry. There we go. It means dry in English. And I love that on the back of the bottle, he's putting ja, es ist trocken. I think that's how you say it. I mean, it's like, yeah, this is dry. Because it's always very confusing, especially when it's Riesling. People just want to assume, or do assume because they don't want to, but there's been so many sweet Rieslings out there that people get disappointed when it's not dry. So this one definitely is, which is great. And it is a really lovely example of like it's honestly not even that simple. Like this wine has a lot going on, but just like I guess entry level, because it's not very expensive, entry level Riesling that's like beautifully made, organically, naturally, etc. And like has all of the traditional things that I would normally look for in a Trocken Riesling. So with that in mind, let's go through what those are. So a little bit about them. This is our first time working with communal brands. We're really excited to be bringing in some of their wines. This is their first German producer that they've worked with. Their names are Peter and Michael Ebert. They're out of the Nahe region, which is typically, I believe, a pretty small producing wine region. And like most of Germany, they make a lot of Riesling there. And yeah, producing as you would expect, no herbicides, fungicides, etc. So let's talk about it. On the nose, so at the top, oh man, like so the telltale sign, of course, other wines can have this in them too, but like the telltale sign for me at least, that something is a Riesling is petrol on it. And like that's like gas, but like in a good way, not in a bad way. And so I'm sure you'll get it on, especially on the top, like if you're smelling from the top of your glass, you're going to understand if you weren't really sure what you were talking about when people said like this wine smells like petrol, like the first thing you get there, that is it. That is petrol. And then after that, there is, you know, some sort of like minerality to it as well. Like it's super stony. And I don't really know if I'd say it's dry or what. It's honestly probably both. Like this is just like got a ton of minerality to it. It's just got a lot of delicate notes. Like it's even floral. Like I said, like there's a lot going on with this wine. I haven't even gone to the bottom yet. Like I don't know if it's no, it's not peonies. Peonies are too much. It's like roses or I don't know, the daisies, something like that. Like lighter flowers. And then if we go to the bottom, so what's nice about it is like it's got, you know, the lemon that you would expect, a little bit of lime, but it also has an apples, of course, like probably like a yellow apple, I would say. But now I've just now realized that I don't actually know anything about apples. We went, anyways, it's this story for another day, but I don't know anything about apples. So some kind of apple. And then it's also got like pears. So the pear aspect to it is really nice. And a lot of times it's kind of hard to suss that out. Like the lemon can be too overpowering, but that's what's lovely about this wine. Like I literally just opened it and just poured it. And like I'm able to get all of these things right off the bat. Sometimes it can take, you know, 20, 30 minutes for it to actually show anything else. And even like, I don't know, I'm not getting any stone fruit on this yet, but that doesn't mean it's not there. I've seen a lot of other people saying it has peaches and like whatever the other stone fruit are. I'm drawing a blank. Apricot, I guess. I'm not really getting that as much, but let's see on the palate. That's good Riesling. So the petrol like kind of goes away on the palate. Like in theory, you can still taste it because tasting is literally just smelling with the back of your mouth. But the main things that I'm getting are, okay, actually I'm getting the tropical fruit, or not tropical, stone fruits now. So it's kind of like ending with the peach, I think I would say now. But it's starting with like that pear actually more than the apple. Whatever the yellow apple is, I'm sticking with that one. I really think that it's got that going on. It's not like the green one where it's like super acidic. It's not that one. It's whatever the one down from that is. And it even has like a little bit of like a honey. You know what, we were talking about like rose petals or whatever before. Like I would say that it's got like this like honeysuckle finish to it that's also very nice. So for a 1 liter, you know, simple share with your friends bottle, like this wine has a lot going on, which is great. And it's very inexpensive. So I'm super happy to have it. And as far as pairings go, like there's so many ways you could go with this. Obviously, because it has a little bit of residual sugar and because it's Riesling, I love to go to Asian food, spicy food, but you could do all kinds of stuff with it. If you're still having, you know, like oysters and things like that, like this is not the perfect pairing, but like it could work. Seafood generally. What else would I put with it? I would put, I don't know. I just keep going back to Asian food now. I'm thinking like pho, it's pho. Or just something else that's not that. Come on. I don't know. Just trust me, like have Indian food with this and like that will be delicious. That's really what I would do. All right. So I hope you enjoy it. I definitely think it's one that you should be sharing with your friends. And yeah, we'll see what else we get from them in the future.